Trick. Good morning, everybody. Sorry about the lack of no sound. Hopefully it's back up and running now. My apologies. And if somebody can just let me know sound is back up and running. We would greatly appreciate it. We are underway. Oh, perfect.
Okay, great.
Good.
Good morning, everybody.
So you missed my whole intro. It was a good intro, too.
Well, you probably can do it again.
I probably could. Welcome back, guys. We are back live for final day of the Ashton Twins Classic here in the Grey Eagle Casino, Resort and Casino, Calgary, Alberta, Canada. My name is Grant, one of the hosts for Q Sports Live, sitting alongside the one and only Mr. Brian Butler. And we are ready to rock and roll. And welcome back, Brian.
Okay, thank you, Grant, for the second time. Thanks very much.
You're welcome.
It's great to be here. Good morning, everybody out there. As I was saying, we are looking at a very interesting match here. We have the future of women's pool playing out right in front of us here with, I believe she's 19 years old, Christina Tkach.
19 years young
She's
and a world beater.
Yeah, she's from Moscow, Russia. She's already made a name for herself numerous times. She's just as equally comfortable in the tournament atmosphere as she is in the back rooms. And she has all the game of a seasoned professional at age 19. She had it at age 16, by the way.
She did.
And she is up against another up-and-coming superstar from Chinese Taipei, Taiwan, Wei Tzu-Chien. Also young. I think she's 23, maybe?
Yeah, she's young as well. I'm not 100% on her age.
And she is also making quite a name for herself in the sport. She won the last WPBA event, I believe, in Michigan. And here she is deep into another tournament.
And stroking them well.
Well, her game is amazing. They're, they both of them.
So to give you a rundown of today's events, obviously Wei Tzu-Chien, Christina Tkach in match number 1. The winner of this will move on to play the Duchess of Doom, Miss Allison Fisher. The winner of that will come back around to the B-side to face Jennifer the 9mm Beretta. In the final match, it is an extended race. The final match will be a race to 11.
For those of you who didn't see the match last night between Jennifer Beretta and Allison Fisher, that was quite a finish. So if you have a chance to go and check it out on the Q Sports Live archive page or on your
Highly
YouTube.
recommended, yeah.
YouTube as well, I think. Yeah, so on your YouTube page. That is, 2.5 hours of
pure pleasure.
Yeah, pure chewing satisfaction.
Day for Christina, break and run. She goes up 1-0.
And there you heard our
Weiwei's turn to the table.
tournament director announcing a 1-0 lead. Christina drawing first blood.
So we are playing alternate break, 9-ball. The 9 is racked. The 1 is racked on the spot. The players are able to break from anywhere they like.
2 must be in the back.
The 2 has to be in the back, which is kind of the new standard these days.
It is.
They're using the Outsville racking template. You see it there on the cloth. And they are playing the 3-point breaking rule, which we've talked about a lot today, or this weekend.
Yes.
So,
well, Diamond Tables are a sponsor of the Ashton Twins Classic, along with the Simonis cloth and the Aramith balls that are being played with.
These are the new product from Aramith, I
They
believe.
are.
The Duramith balls, which I thought it was hard to improve on Aramith, but they did. Because I've played with these balls, and somehow they made them better.
Yeah, not sure how they accomplished that, but they did. So here we go, rack number 2. Way to break away. And it's got to feel good for Christina. Rack number 1.
Get it under your belt, yeah.
That's got to feel good.
Okay.
Makes a ball, 2 balls across the head string. We are playing the 3-point rule on the break. which simply means a combination of pocketed balls and balls across the head string. So if you pocket 2 balls, 1 must cross the head string. If you pocket 1 ball, 2 must cross. And the
Yeah. Guess the referee thought it was. Anyways.
yeah. Sorry, we were just.
So if that rule comes up, we'll get into it more, but I don't.
Yes.
It hasn't come up very often.
It hasn't.
So the main point is the players have to break the balls hard.
They do. There's no soft breaks.
That's
Can't
really
get away
the key of the essence of what the rule is there to accomplish. Now, Christina obviously made a great break and run out in the first rack, so now it's important for Chen to establish herself here. The 3 is very awkwardly placed, though. And she doesn't really have a...
She's got no window into it.
Well, I'm wondering if she's thinking about...
Goes, you know what? It does go up to the top right-hand corner.
Well, it goes to the lower left, but I wonder if she's thinking about moving something here. Because the 2 is hanging. So she's thinking about playing the 1 in the side and just kind of running the cue ball into one of these balls?
One of the, well, ideally into the 9-3.
There you go. And she did that, but the scratch was there. And she's kind of looking irritated, but I don't think that was necessarily unlucky.
Well, it was unlucky.
Well, sure. I think it was there. But the thing was, I think she wanted to hit the 7, not the 9.
And yes, this is a B-side match. The 1 lost side.
So she hands a ball in hand to catch. And really not a difficult lie of balls from here.
So I think when you shoot this 5, do you want to go above the 8 ball?
Well, ideally, yeah.
Kind of up towards that side pocket.
It's questionable as to how straight she is on the 3 and where she can get to. If she can get to there, then I think it lies pretty well. That's really the only tricky part is getting from the 5 to the 6 and then out for the 7. Because there's a little bit of traffic there.
This came up a little bit short.
And now she may have to hit the 8.
A little bit short on the cut on that 5.
She might be her best option regardless. Because I don't see, there's not a lot of ways this can go wrong.
Even if she pushes the 8 out and goes back up table with the cue ball, she's still fine.
Key is don't miss the 5. So she did that.
She's perfect.
Yeah, so like I said, I don't think there was a lot of ways I could go wrong. Either side of the 8 that she hit, she wouldn't be in too bad a shape. She can't quite reach it. This girl is not very tall. She's about 5'2", I think.
Indeed. And yes, guys, comments are live. We generally do pay attention to those comments, but as we get deeper into the tournaments, we try to pay a little bit more attention to the table than anything else. But if you are just tuning in, we do have both chat lines open on Facebook as well as YouTube. If we do miss over your question, certainly keep asking. We'll try to get to everybody, as well as kind of keep you informed as to what's going on the table. If you are just tuning in, you know what to do. Help us out. Hit that share button. Let's get these numbers up. What brand of cues are these ladies playing with? Wei Tzu-Chien plays with a Southwest cue.
That is a beautiful cue, by the
It
way, that
is,
she has. Yeah.
you bet. And
it's probably $5,000 worth of cue right there.
Yes. And Christina plays with a Predator. Looks like a Revo 12.
12-4.
12-9, that looks like.
Oh, maybe.
In local time, we are 10 minutes after 12. And yes, the final match is an extended race, not a double dip. Nice shot. She lands on the right side of the angle, which is what she wants. Although really with the layout of where those final 2 balls are, it really don't matter where you land on that 8. Not with how Christina's been shooting. Heart of the pocket.
Oh, and she's punished Wei Tzu-Chien for her inadvertent scratch. So that puts the score to 2-0 for Christina Tkach. And so race to 9, and this is a loser side match, so the loser is out in 4th place. And the winner will go on to face Allison Fisher for the right to go on from that to play Jennifer Beretta, who is waiting in the hot seat.
Jinx. And guys, here are the people that need the support from all of our viewers. Pick out a name on there, hit them up on social media, send them a note, say thanks for the support in supporting the sport that we love. And that gives you a little bit of an idea as to the time required to put on an event such as this, with a $20,000 added event for the pro ladies here. First place, $10,000. Second place, $5,600. And I'll get the 3rd and 4th place prize money as soon as I can.
Christina was up late practicing her break. It's already paid off for her in the first rack. Let's see how she does this time. I would say this is going to be pretty good.
Looks
She's got a
good.
shot at the 1. The 2 is over the pocket on the lower left.
Now, I think that table is dressed up really nicely. Do you go 2 rails behind the 4 ball to gain shape on the 2, or just come straight down?
I think probably just straight down.
I think probably shooter's choice. I like myself. I like the 2 rail around. I just like to have that running English and on that ball.
Well, she tried out the first one and now she adjusted.
A little bit of helper. 2 rails around. Sitting perfect. Pretty much hit and stick here. 3 ball to the top. Craig's asking off topic, what type of broadcast software do we use? It's a program called Wirecast Pro.
Well, she's played herself into perfect line here.
Well, let's see if she does the hit and stick.
I was going to say she might not because the 4 is...
Wow. How's that for a draw?
Right. She wanted an angle to be able to get back to the middle of the table for the 4. So that's why I think she chose not to do the hit and stick like you called.
See, and the way I saw that is hit stick, 3 up to the top, roll up for the 4 to the right top corner. But obviously she sees it different than I do, and that's why she's on that side of the camera and I'm on this side. But I can tell you from back here, I have not missed, Brian.
Well,
I'm batting 1,000.
it's a lot easier on us. We're just sitting here. They have to make the shots. But she's in perfect position regardless.
Uh-oh.
Now, this one didn't get where she wanted.
She underhit. Did she decelerate in that stroke?
I don't think so. I think she just misjudged the bounce. The tables so far this week have been pretty fast off the bounce. I think she still has a shot at the 5. She only wanted to run maybe another inch, so she's not too far out of line.
Mm-hmm.
But she's probably going to have to play it with some left English, inside English in this case, to hold her line on the 6. She was equal to the task.
And she'll get a nice bounce out here. That gives her choice. She can run the 6 down to the bottom right-hand corner or cut it into the right-hand side. I kind of think down to the bottom right-hand corner.
Well, she seems to be going for the side. I think it might be a little straighter than you thought, Grant, into the side, because she can hold it for the 8.
Oh, must be.
Yeah. I think if it was a little bit more angle, she probably would have shot it to the corner.
Going to get the extension. Or take the extension off.
Right, she used it for the last shot. So now we're looking at a 3-0 lead here for Christina Tkach over Wei Tzu-Chien. Another break and run out. That's 2 for her so far.
Wow.
Christina has come to play this morning, going up 3-0. Wei back to the table.
And of course, guys, we do have the Q Sports Live viewer advantage. It is the final day to get in to win $700 shopping spree. Spend it any way you like on any one of our sponsors. Spend it at one or spread it around. That is all up to you. Jacoby Custom Cues, Thumper Jump Cues, Jam Up Apparel, JB Cases, and Brutal Game Gear. $20 Canadian gets you in to win. qsportslive@gmail.com if you are in Canada. If you are outside of Canada and you want in, send a message to the Q Sports Live page. I'll get back to you with how you can get in to win. And we will do that live on the stream for you at the conclusion of the final event. And yes, Amanda, you are correct. If you'd like to know who beat who and follow along on the brackets, as it says on the scoreboard, brackets are on CompuSport for the Ladies Pro event. There was an open event ran alongside this one. That bracket is on Challenge. If you'd like to go there, that is still going on. We do have a couple of streams going on with Q Sports Live today. This one, as well as the open event that is run alongside this. So we're just about creeping up to the 750 mark on Facebook, just over 200 on YouTube. If you are tuned in on YouTube, help us out. You can always share the link to the YouTube feed.
Wow, another dry break for Wei Tzu-Chien.
Yeah, her body language is saying, "What am I doing wrong?"
Well,
Hitting
it's
them
strange
good.
because generally with this rack, the corner ball has been pretty consistent, and she's missed it the first two breaks.
Funny how Christina doesn't waggle or feather her cue. Yes, you want to see again. I think I said this yesterday, Brian. This is exactly the example of what phenomenal basic fundamentals will do for you.
Yeah, she's technically very sound. Both players, really.
Oh, yes. And we got a good look at Wei Tzu-Chien yesterday. Such control. How about just perfect? She's got the angle on the 2, pocket that to the bottom right. Nice little draw. Maybe even a little bit of bottom right hand on the cue ball. Check that left side rail.
Well, I was going to say, she seems to, sometimes she lines up to the top of the cue ball
Now is
and
that
then drops the down before she shoots.
Is that the center to edge aiming system?
No, I don't think so, but it is a good way, maybe in her mind, to make sure that she sights the ball properly. Because the black cue, is a little bit easier to see when you put it up at the top of the cue ball as opposed to at the bottom. That's what I find anyway. So that might be a way that she's developed to adjust for that. It's probably something she just does out of habit. And that's possible. But maybe it's something to copy because she made that shot went right in the heart.
Made it look really easy.
And she kind of did it that other game was it the first game? She did something similar.
Now, did she get a little bit straight on that?
It's hard to say. She's
on
got
that
us
four ball?
blocked.
That's well, she's blocked us out on the other camera here too. We'll see when she gets down. Oh no,
It's not too bad. She's got, I think, enough angle to bring it out.
Probably float past the 8 ball just to that left-hand side pocket.
Seems to make as much sense as anything. And with just a touch of left spin, there's the spin catches. And how about just perfect?
Perfect will do.
Yeah. I mean, I guess she could have run another inch and been straight in, but this is pretty darn good. Now the 7 does not pass the 9. So that's a slight little thing that she has to deal with. It probably passes, well, definitely to the side. So that might be the way that she chooses to play it.
I think you're right. Put
So
the
she can
6
just
ball,
go forward, kind of, two
Yeah.
natural rails to the 7 in the side.
keep it on the bottom side of the table for the 7, either into the top left or the middle left corner, or middle left side pocket. The middle left corner. Did you get that, Brian?
The middle left corner.
The middle left corner.
Well, I didn't realize there was that many corners.
I
But
know, right? And a corner in the middle, nonetheless.
okay, this shot makes sense. Just walk the cue ball through 1 rail, 2 rails, but
Needs
she
it
did
to
not
slow
get.
up.
She did not get where she wanted. She wanted to be a little bit more to the left with the cue ball and a little straighter on the 7. Now, she has the bank.
Pretty
She
sure
could
does.
cut the. She
Oof,
could still
that's
cut the 7 to the side.
steep cut.
The cue ball, if she did that, was going to run into the 9. It might knock the 9 in.
It could.
I don't know. She might favor the bank because she doesn't want to. She definitely doesn't want to lose control of the table here. Looks like she's cutting at it.
Oh,
Okay, and the 9 did go in.
the time-saving 9 ball.
Yep. So she handled that little hiccup with no problem.
She makes it look easy, doesn't she?
Fortunate tap for Christina. She keeps the train rolling. It is 4-0 out of the gate for Ms. Tkach.
All right, and Wei Tzu-Chien is going to take a break.
Wei Wei will use her 5-minute break.
She's going to try and ice Christina because the girl hasn't missed the
For
ball
any
yet.
of the fans that bought raffle tickets yesterday, we are doing the raffle for the queue right before the championship match today. If there's anyone that would like to still get in on that, we're happy to accept your entries. 1 ticket for $5, 3 tickets for $10, and 10 for $20. You can just come see me whenever you would like.
So, and just while we have a break here, I'd like to say a word about a person who is missing from this tournament. An old friend of mine, Helena Thornfeld, whom a lot of you might know and have met over the years. She's gone before her time, and we all miss her a lot. So, wherever you are, if you're a pool fan, this is the kind of event that she would have thrived on. She was a regular player on the Pro Tour and a good friend. So we all miss her.
Well, thank you for that, Brian. She was a very well-known professional lady player. And just while we're taking a break here, guys, I'm going to run through a couple of the sponsors that have supported this event. Nick's Q Innovations, not only a sponsor of Q Sports Live, but also the Ashton Twins Classic. We have Jacoby Custom Cues, home of the Jacoby Black. Also a Q Sports Live sponsor, as well as one of the sponsors for the Ashton Twins Classic. And you saw me put up JB Cases. They are also sponsors of Q Sports Live as well as this event. Jam Up Apparel, another sponsor of this event. And as I run through these guys, if you can make a note, send them some love on their social media pages. They certainly deserve it. These are the guys that are supporting the events that happen.
Does Jam Up have a website?
They do, yeah, jamupapparel.com.
Okay.
And throughout the duration of this weekend, you do get 20% off for this event. Any polos competition wear, you can use the discount code as ATC20. And of course, Thumper, you hear us talk about this cue a lot. The T3 Thumper Jump Break cue, proud sponsor of Q Sports Live as well as the Ashton Twins Classic. And one last time, guys, I will throw the full list of sponsors for the Ashton Twins Classic. That kind of gives you a little bit of an idea as to the hours it takes to put on this type of an event. And of course, we couldn't do what we do without you all. Without you guys tuning in all weekend, help me out, sharing the stream, your comments, having conversations with us. It is obviously greatly appreciated. We couldn't do what we do without you. So kudos to you guys for sticking around. But don't go anywhere. We have the final day coming at you. Christina's back at the table, ready to lead us off rack number 5. So 2 balls down. There is your 3-point rule. 3 balls down, so she doesn't need any to cross the head string. And how's this for a layout? Looking really good. Your opening shot is going to be your game-winning shot. 1 to the 2, negotiate that. And the rest of the rack's pretty home free. 2 to the 5, rather simple for Christina. 5 to the 6, 6 to the 8. So if you negotiate this one here, 1 to the 2, should be home free to notch another one on the board. And this is the level of play that sometimes happens in the pro arena. You really can't tell by the score. It's really not anything that Wei Tzu-Chien has done wrong. She's come up dry a couple of times and she's had 1 scratch. And Christina is doing what she's supposed to do, taking advantage and making the most of it. And for those asking about what rack it is the Outsville rack. They are proud sponsors not only of the Ashton Twins Classic 2020, but this is also a WPBA sanctioned event, and they are proud sponsors of the WPBA. And she wanted to be straight on that 5 ball, but she'll make this work. 5 ball into the top left. And looks like my co-host is back, Brian. 4 balls off the break for Christina.
She's 1 shot in.
Wow.
Wow.
3 or 4 balls off the break?
2 shots in.
2 shots in.
3 balls in the break
She
and 2
went,
shots in.
1 to the 2.
Either way, she looks pretty strong position here.
3 balls off the break. That's right. So float over to the right.
This looks pretty darn good.
Wants it to go just a little more.
Yeah, I think she's
she's
still
perfect
fine.
there.
She would have liked to maybe be just a touch straighter on this ball, but what has she not handled so far?
Yeah, nothing. She's played flawless. I just mentioned that you really can't blame Wei Tzu-Chien.
No, she hasn't done
Right.
much wrong, really. 1 dry break, and then that inadvertent scratch. Yeah. And Christina has
Capitalized on everything.
this is for her 3-pack on her break.
She is all business this morning.
That's right, and you just cannot have a better start than this. I mean,
No.
5-0 after this 9 ball.
But I'll tell you,
beautiful.
I'll tell you one thing. You can
Very
never
impressive set
count
from
out
Christina so far.
Wei Tzu-Chien.
Taking
She
the
was
lead
down
5-0.
8-4
These are 2 of the
to
brightest
April
young
Larson.
stars on the tour.
Came back to
Do
win.
not
So
count her way out of
don't
this yet.
ever, well, and
Way
the
to
MC
the
is saying
table
the
for her
same
break.
thing. Don't ever count out Wei Tzu-Chien.
Well, she's
She
got to get to
is-
business here pretty fast.
She does.
She's got to figure out the break because she has not made a ball. Well, she did make a ball in her first break, but not the ball she wanted.
Well, and that's where the inadvertent scratch came from as well. She got a little out of position, and
And the balls were tied up a little bit, so
They
it wasn't
were.
a great break. Christina, meanwhile, this is the benefit of all that practice. We talked about it on the stream when I was with your partner, Stephanie.
Mm-hmm.
When everybody else was kind of chilling out on Friday night, Christina Tkach was over there on table 4 practicing her break.
She was.
Almost till midnight. So,
Yeah, she spent over an hour.
yeah. Just the break.
Just breaking.
Yeah.
Rack, break, rack, break, rack, break. So that tells you a little bit of the discipline that she has at 19 years young and why she is in the position she is in being a world beater at 19 years old. And let me tell you, here's a little fun fact about Christina Tkach. If you want to gamble, bring
She's
your
your girl.
money.
Yeah.
She is your girl. She will not say no.
Unfortunately, she also plays real good, so she's not my first choice to gamble with.
No, my money would be left at home.
Yeah. There we go. She got that side ball, the corner ball in. I think it was the 3 ball.
However, was it a legal break?
Maybe not. I don't think so.
We're
So,
going to watch right here.
yeah.
Well, Christina's at the table, so that tells you.
Well, the 1 hit the point of the side pocket, which is what prevented it from crossing the head string. So now Christina has this bank on the 1.
And she's got a full option at the table.
Yeah. Well, she may elect to just go for the jugular here, like,
Oh, of course. If
play
you're,
the bank on the 1, run the cue ball into the 8 to hold for position on the 2, and try and shut the door.
Kick the door down.
No, shut the door.
No, kick the
No,
door down
opening
and
the
take
door
the
is-
match.
No, she's playing safe.
She is ducking.
And that's a pretty effective safety. She does not have, I don't think, the gap between the 7-9, so she's going to have to probably go to the side rail, and the 8 is blocking the natural pattern, and maybe even the 5 is slightly blocking. So,
That was a really, really well-played safety.
yeah, but with where the 5 is, she can only hit the side rail on the left side, maybe as high up as the first diamond.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, maybe she can get between the 7-9.
And
That seems to be what she's setting up for.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Grant.
That's all right. Somebody had mentioned that they think she is sponsored by Roy's Basement. In fact, she is sponsored
Right.
by Roy's Basement, as well as Predator Cues.
She cutting at this to play to
I
make
think
it.
so, yeah. I think she's going rail first.
No.
Ooh.
She caught the 9 going in. It
She
was
did, and
obviously very tight.
Well, and I think the only reason she hit that ball is she was trying to put a little bit of inside on that
Right.
cue ball.
Try and maybe make the 1 coming off the rail.
Coming off the rail,
Yeah.
yeah.
But regardless, it's now ball in hand again for Christina, and here we go. So she exercised some good judgment by playing the defensive shot there. Got the ball in hand. And now this lie of balls to go up 6-0. She looks pretty...
Pretty comfortable, pretty decent table. I think your game-winning shots right here, the 2 to the 4.
No, I think next is the 3, isn't it?
Nope,
Or
3's
is that
gone.
the 7 ball? Sorry, okay. It's a little more tricky off the monitor.
So 4 to the 5, easy. 5 to 6, easy. 7 goes by the 9.
Well, for that being the most difficult shot of the rack, it wasn't very difficult. So,
It wasn't.
yeah, she's lying perfect here.
Yeah, she is just all business this morning. She is taking control of this match and pinning this match to the wall like a 1980s poster.
Which poster did you have on your wall?
Oh, in the 80s?
Yeah.
God, we don't have enough time for me to list them. That's how you hung posters in the 80s. You pinned them to the wall.
Yeah, I wasn't allowed. I had to use tape. I had the Color of Money poster,
Yes.
actually.
I had a few of the Michael Jackson posters.
Yeah, she stays dead perfect. She may punch out 2 rails out of the corner here and play to get to the middle of the table, shooting the 7 in the lower right. So again, she's kind of lining up to the top of the cue ball. And then she... Well,
She doesn't like the bridging.
I don't think
I
she
think the
liked.
seven's
I don't think
hampering
she
her a
liked her
little bit.
first choice there. She's thinking about maybe playing it with some inside English, left English, to go bouncing to the left towards the middle of the table. Now she's going to the draw. So maybe she's drawing at one rail.
I think that's the way her aiming system works. Is she aims high to figure her line, and then
It's possible.
yeah,
You know.
because we've seen that a few times, and I don't think she's changing her mind. She knows what she wants to do, I think, before she bends down.
Well, the important thing in pool in a lot of sports is when you do pick up a shot, something that you're executing, you need to be committed to it.
Uh-huh.
And that is a beautiful shot. Go around the 8. Now
Wow,
just a
six.
9, and she's going to be at...
A commanding 6-0 lead against Wei from Taipei.
kind of a surprising start, to be honest, but
Yeah, it really
she hasn't
is.
made a mistake.
No, she
And
has
she's
played
been devastating on that
Roll,
break.
and now
She
taking a
has played
6-0
absolutely
lead. Take this opportunity
flawless.
to enlighten some of the fans that may not understand why Wei made a ball on the break and did not get to keep control.
Here's your explanation.
The WPBA utilizes a 3-point break rule. A combination of three balls have to either go in the pocket or cross the head string. That's the break line, the kitchen area. So a combination of 3 balls have to be in the pocket or break the plane of the kitchen area in order to maintain control of the table, to be a legal break. So she made 1 ball in, but only 1 other ball cross, which is why they went back to Christina.
Absolute flawless pool. And once again, guys, if you are just tuning in, you know what to do and you know what I'm about to say. Smash that share button. How many times you get to see matches like this? And again, don't let the score fool you. Wei Tzu-Chien has not done really anything
Not
wrong.
much wrong, couple dry breaks. Christina Tkach is at an AccuStats 1,000
Look
right
at
now.
this.
And look at this break.
3 balls again on the break. And sitting just absolute perfect.
I mean, she says she likes to gamble, but she's not going to get any action if she keeps playing like this.
Do not mess
Who would play
this
with this?
19-year young Christina Tkach putting on a clinic.
It's a little high right to go to from the cue ball or from the 1 ball to the 4. Very nicely done. She needs that to slow up just a touch.
She's great.
Perfect.
Wow. Absolutely flawless pool. And I'll tell you what, guys, if you have anybody that is a pool fan, you need to share this link to them. Invite them, share it, send smoke signals, do something to get them on here to watch this. This is absolutely impressive.
So she's 4 balls from 7-0 and still shooting an AccuStats 1,000.
Flawless.
She just maybe overran that a touch, but she can easily go just 1 rail naturally across to shoot the 9 in the same pocket as the 8. I think she just got distracted by somebody moving through the audience.
She did, actually. There was a couple of spectators wandering in.
So she did not have a John McEnroe temper tantrum. It's all good.
Well, and that just shows you, even the pros, you know, keep your head in the game, and if it's not there and you're not full concentration on that shot, stand up. Don't just try to force it.
She's dead perfect on the 9. This for 7-0.
Wow. Wow.
Christina's
I'll
third
tell you
break
what.
and run of the
This
match
is
puts her up
this is
7-0.
unbelievable.
Well, the announcer said it was her 3rd break and run, but that's actually her 4th break and run.
It was. And once again, guys, viewer advantage. Final day to get in to win. It is a $700 Canadian shopping spree spent any way you like it. Spend it on one or spread the money around on any of the sponsors from Jacoby Custom Cues, Thumper Cues, Jam Up Apparel, JV Cases, or Brutal Game Gear. $20 Canadian gets you in to win. If you're in Canada, qsportslive@gmail.com. Outside of Canada, send a message to the Q Sports Live page. I'll get back to you. I'll let you know how you can get in to win. We will do that also live for you at the conclusion of the final match today.
Awesome. So Jen's back, but she gets the break now, and she needs to stop the rot here, get a game on the board to start things off.
Well, and like I said, she hasn't done anything wrong. She got one unfortunate rub scratch,
And
a couple of dry
the
breaks.
miss on the one, the kick. Okay, this time she let it
brought
fly on
Yeah,
the break.
She was not going to have an illegal break there.
Correct. And she got rewarded
She did.
a little bit. She has not a shot on the one, but she has a safety.
Lock-up safe. And at this point, we're going to see the grind come out of Wei Tzu-Chien and try to get herself on the board and just take it one game at a time, one shot at a time, claw her way back. We saw her do this exact thing against April Larson earlier in this tournament. Was down 8-4, and with April Larson on the hill, Wei Tzu-Chien came back to win.
Well, April Larson had a winning position and was unable to close the door, but I do not think that Christina Tkach will suffer from that.
I don't think so.
I think she knows what the cheese looks like.
And she's going after that. Which cue does Christina use? She's playing with a Predator Revo. I believe it's a 12-9.
The butt looks like one of their black series, but I can't really confirm that. So the 1-3 looked pretty close to frozen. I'm not sure what the referee was. Was he called over to watch this shot?
Is it because the cue ball is frozen to the
It doesn't
backside
change.
of 3?
Doesn't change anything.
Well, now she's looking at going off the end rail.
Well, because it's frozen, it means that she does not have the side cushion in order to hit the one. So she's plotted out the one rail kick here. She's probably going to try and, I was going to say kick it towards the
Look
side.
at this. Does she get rewarded?
Oh, man,
Wow.
she gets a little bit lucky to boot.
Wow.
That's the last thing you need when you're 7-0
Well,
down.
You know what? When you're running good, you kind of have to make your own luck. And not that she needs it, because she's playing absolutely flawless. But the fact that she took the fly at that one ball.
And this I like. She's taking an extra couple of seconds to kind of recompose herself. There's, sometimes a little feeling of guilt when you're this far ahead and you also get a good roll, but you have to put that aside and just, turn the boots to it now. She's got a bank on the 2. It lies for natural position on the 3. The 4, the 3, 4, 5 are all basically over the. Actually, the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 are all basically over the pocket.
Well, that back cut
So-
on the 2 is no easy feat.
No, but I think that it's
a little bit of a challenge.
I think she's gonna make this. I think she's maybe a little worried that the cue ball might get away from her slightly because the 3 is close to the pocket, but it's not like hanging. She could.
Well, we'll see how she handles this. Is she going to play this with inside, maybe?
She could play it really firm and go 3 rails right around.
Oh, she banks it.
Yeah.
And into the heart, holds for the cut on the 3.
She hit it perfect speed to hold for the 3.
Wow.
And now we're looking at 8-0 here. Like I say, the 3,
the
4, 5, 6, 7 are all pretty much over the pocket.
Well, from here, it's for what we've seen, this is shooting fish in a barrel.
Yeah.
I want to find out what this girl's eating, where she's taking lessons from, who is teaching her, what her pre-evening routine is.
Yeah.
Give me the insight.
Practicing until midnight, that seems to be her strategy.
Unreal. Could she run the flawless set?
Yeah, well, she's still, in my book, she's still shooting 1,000. I haven't seen anything,
She's not
any
missed.
error of any kind.
Like completely and utterly flawless.
One thing I can tell you, I've been to a lot of tournaments, a lot of pool tournaments at the amateur and pro levels, and the best players on the last day of play have a way of bringing out their best. Efren was like that. Archer's like that. Strickland's like that.
yeah,
all the greats
all
that
the
I know
greats,
of.
yeah.
Fisher, Allison is like
Yeah.
that. This is the time where
well,
the
I'll tell you
flawless
what.
pool comes out.
I'll tell you what, if this is indicative of what we are going to be treated to today, what a way to kick off 2020,
Yeah.
right? The first weekend of 2020, and what a treat. Four rails. Oh,
Playing to the middle of the
soft,
table, I
yeah.
believe, to leave the cut on the 7.
Yeah.
That looks pretty good. And now, well, what do you think, Grant? Inside and
Yeah, inside too.
or with
I like,
outside and go 2 natural rails.
I like inside. Inside, just brush that left side rail. And nice pocket weight shot. You'll float down for the 9 to the bottom right-hand corner.
She's missed it.
The single miss, but
What?
she left it good.
She blew a gasket or something. What happened?
Well, I think she tried to play the outside English, like you said, and come back too.
Well, she
Which
had. I
is-
think she had to go. I don't think. I think she had too much angle to just not be able to go past the 9. So she had to.
Well, she is human.
Yeah. Well, we're just so flabbergasted that,
Well,
we had a computer error.
yeah, there was a glitch in the matrix right
yeah,
there.
that's right. So, whatever the situation, I mean, it gives Wei Tzu-Chien a chance. Down but not out. So she's looking at banking the 7, trying to claw one of the games back. She doesn't have really any other choice, I think.
Well, I think you got to go.
Yeah, there's no ducking at this stage of the match.
No. And it'd be great for the confidence for Wei Tzu-Chien. Bank this into that lower left-hand corner and get yourself on the board.
It's close.
It is.
She got it. What a bank.
Perfect. Perfect.
Shows a little class.
Well, and, for somebody that's pretty much sat in her chair for 7 racks other than breaking, to pull that out, you got to give her credit. She's going to grind it out. And this is, I mentioned this yesterday, that that shows you the class level of a pro level player, that no matter what the score is, there is never, ever a give-up attitude. I've not seen it from any of the matches that we've had this weekend.
Well, as a friend of mine used to say, like, when you're down like this is your chance to, this is a chance to make history, to be the first player to come back from 7-0 down against somebody who's shooting 990. think that miss would put her AccuStats level at about 980 right now. 985 maybe. But she's still got a chance to break and run to take herself to the hill. She hasn't not broken run so far in the match.
It's unreal. 1 ball in, 2 balls across the head string, so
that
well,
break is legal, but now
it's not 3 off the snap.
She's basically collapsing here because she's not straight in on the 1. So it's just all coming apart.
Well, I think it's maybe a little early to say that, but
can she hit the 1?
she might have that outside edge.
If so, what was this? Can she bank the 1 down past the 5-9-4 and play a safety in that fashion?
I think so.
That looks like what she's playing.
What she's looking at.
Oh, she had even a thinner shot.
Did she get there?
I don't know. I think she has left a cut.
I think she's full on that 1 ball for the cut for sure.
But can she get down to the 2? The 8 might be blocking the path down to the 2 ball for the cue with the cue ball.
And you know, it's something I'm noticing about Christina Tkach and her pre-shot routine. Compare her to the 9mm Jennifer Beretta. Neither one of the girls take any practice strokes.
Well, they do. They're just very short, right? But I think,
it's an aim and a fire.
They have very similar
pause and back.
They're very similar players, right? They're similar in stature and, the way they use the same equipment, and they even kind of resemble each other, right? So, yeah, but that's not a bad style to emulate because it's definitely paying off here today. She needs a little good rub, and she doesn't get it.
No. Can you go rail first, 2 to the 5? It's asking a lot, and you're not going to shape the 2. You're going to lose the cue ball a little bit.
She's going to need a lot of masse to get around the 4.
Or is she going to jump?
And if she plays the rail first, and also the masse, it's difficult to hit it hard enough. The play here maybe is to try and hit under the 2 and make the 5 that way. I don't know. Like off the kick shot, I mean?
Yeah. I don't know if she's got the room behind the 2. Oh, yeah.
No, there's enough to hit the rail, then the 2, then the rail, then the 5, and make the 5.
I'll show the viewing audience. Yes, there is room behind that rail 2 ball.
She's got the jump cue up, so she's going to play the combo with the jump.
Well, would it be a shot then? No, because there's nothing to really hide behind. I was going to say, can you go off the end rail, just thin the 2 to the 5, and leave the cue ball up table?
Well, she's hitting it hard, so I think she may as well. And again, she's way down, so she may as well go for it. I mean, what do you got to lose at this stage?
Well, yeah.
How about perfect?
Wow. Wow.
Well,
that's how
there was like 2 claps for that. I mean, that deserved a standing ovation.
Right? Well, and she put on a little bit of a display with that jump cue yesterday as well.
Yeah, she's no slouch. None of these players are these days with these jump cues. They can do almost anything with it. Oh, this got away from her touch.
A little bit, but she's all right.
So now she may go around the 6 to get position.
2 rails behind off that left side rail.
Correct. The 9 is just blocking the approach to the 7 ball just a little bit, so she's got to be a little bit cautious here.
With alternate breaks being down 3 racks in a race to 9 is nearly undoable.
Nearly, but that doesn't mean undoable.
Well, we saw it yesterday.
Well, we saw the girl get up 7. We saw the girl get up 7-0. So why can't she get down 7-0?
Yeah, and Wei Tzu-Chien came back from 8-4.
Yeah,
against April Larson. So it can happen.
It's rare.
It is rare.
I mean, it's unlikely it's going to happen, but
it is possible.
That's why we're playing the match. And if anybody can do it,
Yeah.
this is the kind of player who can, because she is one of the best in the business here. And now she did get a little straighter on the 6, it looks like, than she wanted to. Is she going to go? Is she going to just smash it in? That might be her play. Just hit it with some firm. There we go.
And just take the cut.
Yeah, the cut's not bad.
Yeah. And on this shot, bottom left on the cue ball off that side rail back across where she's aiming.
Yeah.
And then the 8 into that right side pocket.
That seems like a very natural way to play it, as opposed to going forward under the 9 and leaving the 8 from distance would be the second option there, I think.
I think so too.
But I think she's going with playing the 8 in the side. That just makes a lot of sense. Oh, she almost missed it.
She did, had to wipe its feet.
But the key, she did get it, so now we're looking at the 8-9 to pull one of the games back and be only down by 7-2. Remember, Christina missed a 7 to go up 8-0, so
anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
And both of these ladies, if you make a mistake, they have the ability to capitalize.
Yeah.
7-2 now the score. You can see from that jump shot on the 2 ball why she's one of the most talented on the tour.
And
we still have a match here, folks.
Wei Tzu-Chien gets to break this game, so can she pull it back to 7-3 and put a little bit of pressure on Christina Tkach?
Want to give a shout out to one of our local sponsors here for Q Sports Live, guys. It is the Mike Burton Home Team. They are your RE/MAX Realty professionals. Mike Burton. And of course, you can see they are pool players themselves. But if you are in the market buying, selling, or in need of a mortgage, make sure you give them a shout because they are the best in the business, especially in the Calgary market. Well, and I can tell you the matches for whoever wins this, it's not going to get easier. It's only going to get harder. Whoever wins this match, you're going to be facing down the Duchess of Doom herself, Alison Fisher, waiting for the winner of this match.
Well,
and then if that wasn't enough, the winner of that has to go back through to face the 9mm Jennifer Beretta.
Yeah, it's a tough racket.
I said yesterday, with the prize payout of $10,000 to put me in, coach, but I don't think I can hang.
Well, you know what they say. It's a tough way to make an easy living.
Yeah, isn't that the truth?
But she broke the balls again. She went with a little more power, and actually quite a bit of power. And she got rewarded because she has a shot on the 1, and she has a shot that she can get on the 2 with.
Well, she pretty much wants to put the 1 into that top right-hand corner, a little bit of draw, right-hand spin, come back right where the cue ball is off the left side rail and back down table.
Yeah, the sort of zigzag shot here.
Yeah.
It lies really well. So this is the key shot in the rack, I think.
And once again, guys, I want to say thanks to all of the viewers tuning in. Greatly appreciated from wherever you're tuning in from around the world. Kudos to you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. It's going to be an amazing final day. And wherever you're tuning in from around the world, look at this shot. Yep.
What a great shot.
You couldn't have drawn that any better with a fine tip Sharpie. She played that to perfection. So wherever you are tuned in from around the world, help us out. Share it all over the place. These ladies deserve a massive audience. These numbers should be up at over 10,000.
Well, she looks pretty good here. 5 is over the pocket, so just pretty much anywhere straightish on the 4 should be fine. Just got to mind her work.
Well, and control the cue ball. That is always going to be the key to victory. Control
she's
the
looking
cue ball.
On the, really the 5 to the 6 is, and then to the across to the 8 is, I mean, it's not routine, so she has to pay a little bit of attention here to what she's doing. She could play the cue ball all the way over to the left-hand side rail and then go around the 6 to get position off the 5.
I think it's just a straight draw, back up table, right side rail. Oh,
She's going
she
all the
goes
way
2.
up. So her plan is to just bounce across, but this is touchy with speed.
Well, and now she's got a little bit out of line on that shot. Let's take a look at this.
I think she's okay from... I
Well,
mean,
she's okay to
all
make
she's
the
really got to
cut.
do is make the 5.
Yeah, it's natural shape to play back up on top of the 6 for the 6 to the top right-hand corner, but
But she has to make
She
sure she
wasn't-
doesn't land straight on the 6.
I don't think this was her intention. It'll still work.
Well, she did play it there on purpose.
I don't think she played to the back rail on purpose, though.
She's a little firm here.
She is. Which is still okay.
Well,
She's cutting into a blind pocket, but really it's a matter of making the 6, a little bit of draw on the cue ball, and just hug the left side rail.
yeah, well, now the shot is, quite a bit more difficult than it could have been. But I think she'll still handle it. And I think this pretty much guarantees she won't be straight on the 8.
I think she can flick that
Oh, she made it just like...
like
She made
butter.
it look easy.
Like butter. Yeah, Stacy, these ladies are giving us an absolute treat this morning.
All right, so just the 9 to go to 7-3 behind. Race to 9.
Clawing it back
Wei Tzu-Chien
one at a
showing us
time.
Some toughness here, battling back to 7-3 on the heels of a break and run. Control goes back to Christina.
Who put Christina on the B side? That was Kyoko Sone from Japan.
That was a good match.
That was a great match. I think that match went hill as well.
We just had so many good matches in this tournament that it tells you why you should be watching women's pool. They really are put together great performances. So far in this match, there's been, I think, 1 missed ball, 1 missed position shot, and 2 dry breaks, and we're at 10 games in.
Explain what Ashton Twins is. The Ashton Twins are Bev and Joanne
Nobody can
Ashton.
explain what they are.
We don't
They
have-
defy description.
We don't have enough airtime to explain that, but they are synonymous with pool in the Calgary market.
Oh, that
very,
little
very
touch
well
on the
known.
1 ball is going. Sorry,
Oh, yeah,
Grant.
that's all right. You can talk over me, Brian.
No, you go ahead.
They are synonymous with pool. Played on the ladies' professional tour for numerous years. Joanne Ashton owns a pool hall here with Dave Martin called the Hidden Spot. And the Ashton Twins Classic, this is the 4th year. And typically it was held at their pool hall, but this year they outgrew the pool hall. And the Ashton Twins, both Bev, Joanne, as well as Autumn Birdsong, they are the 3 integral ingredients in making this event happen. They've put on absolute massive amount of time and effort to ensure that this event was world class. And my hat goes off to them because they have accomplished exactly that. Shooting fish in a barrel here, Ryan.
No, I don't see anything difficult here. Really, this is the key shot, getting from the 6 to the 7. She broke the balls perfectly again, and the 1 ball was going to run safe, though, I think, and the 7 knocked it over the pocket. So she got a little bit more good running, which, she's entitled to. She's playing as good as you can play, really.
Yeah.
And she got a little straighter on the 6 than she would have liked, but I think that she's still going to be able to...
Well, we saw her with her stroke. She put that on display a little earlier. I think
she should be able to just come straight back. Yeah, I think so. Now the question is, what is the angle she's coming back on? Is she able to come straight back towards the left-hand side rail, or is she coming back towards the 9 and the 7?
I think she's going to go pretty much straight in line with that first diamond on the top rail.
You think she's that straight? Okay.
Well, I think she can put a little bit of right-hand spin on the cue ball. Or, sorry, left-hand spin on the cue ball.
Okay, I see. So she wasn't straight. She had a little bit of angle.
Just a touch.
Yeah. now she's got to continue to use her her extension. She's got a couple of extension devices here. This now her cue is like about 10 feet long.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Might have to go over and take a peek at those at the conclusion of the event. I love the fact she didn't try to hold that. Goes all the way up and back, and how about perfect on the 9 to get herself on the hill, Christina Tkach.
And to maintain an AccuStats rating of probably about 990.
Wow.
An absolutely
So
perfect
impressive.
break. Christina takes advantage of a wide open table and regains control of the match 8-3 as she's on the hill.
And so far she's maintaining basically just perfect pool.
She is. And just want to give a shout out here to Richard. He is the owner, creator of the T3 Thumper Jump Break Cue. He is in-house. He is one of the sponsors here for the Ashton Twins Classic. And I know that the regular viewers know how much I promote this cue. If you want to come down, give it a test drive. Today is the last day that he's in town for it. Come on down. We are at the Grey Eagle Resort and Casino, Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Give it a whirl, and you can see if I'm spreading lies and rumors or telling the truth.
Now, are we able to say how much the cue is? Because the value of it is one of its features, isn't
The
it?
value is one of the features. When you look at how well that break cue breaks, I compare it to the BK Rush. In fact, I actually think it hits a little bit better than the BK Rush. So you take into consideration the cost of the BK
scratch.
Rush.
Sorry.
Oh, no, that's okay. That's
Yeah,
all right.
this
Something
is
like
it.
that happens. I expect that.
Well, this is, I think, that might spell doom for
That-
Wei Tzu-Chien.
I think that could be curtains. There is nothing tied up, nothing to break out. Pretty much wide open spaces, a few touchy little tight shots, but I think Christina will be equal to the task. So with that T3, I actually think it hits a little bit better than the BK Rush, and the jump on that thing should be rather illegal. So when you look at maybe a Predator Air or one of the other high-end jump cues out there, when you look at cost for dollar value, I do believe it is on a show price right now in the event at 600 Canadian, all in.
Well, that does sound pretty good. And meanwhile,
Well, I don't
back
know if you've taken the time to wander over to that booth and give it a whirl yet, but prior to you leaving, I'll ask you. You can go and try it, and then you tell me whether I'm correct on my assessment.
Sounds good.
Paul Hensel says, I love mine. It hits hard. Able to make one or two balls most of the time. Thanks. Hey, you're welcome, Paul.
As we talk about it, Christina Tkach is methodically
Picking the
destroying this rack.
Yeah.
And she is about to run out, I think, a 9-3 victor here. She is in perfect line. This is really, I think, maybe the key shot.
Yeah.
To just leave herself straight in or better on the 5, and
Well, it's
it's
tic-tac-toe
all over.
from there. And she knows it. She can feel it. You can tell in her body language.
Both players know it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. She knows she's not going to mess this one up.
No, she will.
I mean, by that I mean Wei Tzu-Chien knows she's not going to mess this one up.
No.
So there will be other days for her. She just won the last event in Michigan. But this match today belongs to the 19-year-old Russian, Christina Tkach. 3 balls
Flawless.
away from, she's played near perfect. One single miss in a race to 9 is pretty high standard of pool. Perfect breaking the entire set.
giving us an absolute treat. What a display from the young
Wei
Christina
Tzu-Chien
Tkach.
stands up early, shakes hands.
What an absolute clinic from Christina Tkach, everybody.
Unbelievable.
Well played.
Perfect display.
Wei usually does that to her opponents, but today she was standing on the railroad tracks. How about a nice round of applause for Wei Tzu-Chien, finishing the Ashton Twins Classic in 4th place. Congratulations to her. We are going to try and move up our 3rd place game by a half an hour, which we're looking at a start time of 1:45.
All right, guys, there
So
you heard
it's
it.
supposed to be 2:15. For those of you paying attention, we're going to try to move that up to a 1:45 start time.
So there you just heard it from the announcer or from the tournament director. They are going to move up the match based on CompuSport. The next match for Christina Tkach and Allison Fisher was scheduled for 2:15. They are going to bump that up to 1:45. Current time right now, just about 1:15, so roughly a half hour from now, that's when you can expect us back. The match will be Christina Tkach, the Duchess of Doom, Allison Fisher. If you haven't done so already, guys, make sure you've gone onto the Facebook page, click that like button, or on the YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button so when we do come back, you'll catch all the action. On behalf of myself, Grant, Brian Butler sitting next to me, and the rest of the Q Sports Live team, we greatly appreciate you tuning in. We will catch you back here roughly a half hour from now. Thank you very much. We shall see you in a few.